Hello everyone. So today, we're going to try out two new LoRa models. The first one is for creating coherent scenes. It's called the Next Scene's Qwen Image LoRa. This is based on the Qwen Image Edit model, specifically version 2509 of Qwen Image Edit. Now they've made a LoRa for generating scene-by-scene images using your reference image as the base environment. As you can see, there are different examples here showing how this LoRa model helps strengthen Qwen Image Edit to create more coherent styles in new images based on your reference. It's designed for building next scenes with cinematic styles and storytelling, so it's a really useful LoRa when you're working with Qwen Image Edit. Now, no bias here, but this is trending on Hugging Face right now. At the time I'm recording this, it's in the top 4 on the model ranking chart, so I picked it based purely on the data and current trends, and I'm going to build some workflows around it to try out a few use cases. After we build some image scenes, of course, we can use image to video to generate our video content. The latest tools, Light X2V, have released new versions of image to video LoRAs and distilled models for Wan 2.2 MOE. These include published files with both distilled models and LoRa models. I've already downloaded the LoRa models and tried them out with both the high noise and low noise versions to generate image to video clips. Another option you can try is using their distilled models, which also come in 2 files. The high noise model, about 28 gigs, and the low noise model, also around 28 gigs. For this tutorial, I'm going to use the LoRa models and connect them directly with our Wan 2.2 image-to-video model, embedding the LoRa right into the workflow. So let's walk through how to do that, using Qwen Image Edit with the Next Scene's LoRa to create scene-by-scene images. First off, I've already created 6 scenes using Qwen Image Edit. I connected it to Qwen Image Edit Lightning 4 steps, which lets us use fewer sampling steps. Then I added the Next Scene's LoRa and passed it through the usual Qwen Image Edit setup. Text encoder, positive, negative prompts going into the K-sampler, and finally generating the image. But first, we get image 1 as our reference image, based on the initial text-to-image step. In my case, I'm using the Flux 1 dev model and embedding the SRPO LoRa. SRPO, as I've mentioned in previous videos, was trained by Tencent and gives a more realistic aesthetic. So I'm using Flux here because it feels more stable for text-to-image generation with the SRPO model. Once we generate that first image, it becomes scene 1, say for a 30-second video or an AI short film. You'd use this as the opening moment of your storyline. This first image represents the beginning of that sequence. Then, for scene 2, as I've labeled here, we generate the next shot based only on that first Flux image. So we only edit image 1, that's the input we feed back in. An easier way to see these connections is to select this group here. This section is doing exactly what we just talked about. To make it clearer, I'll pull up a simplified workflow diagram just for demo purposes so you don't have to stare at all the tangled nodes and groups. Here, you'll see it's just a basic Qwen Image Edit setup, with one key difference. This Next Scene's LoRa Loader node. I've changed its color so it pops visually and you can spot the difference right away. We don't need that simplified version right now. We'll go back to the full workflow I built using the Flux image and continue generating the rest of the scenes for the video. I've made 6 scenes total, which works well for a 30-second short. If you're making an AI movie or short story, you might break each 30-second chunk into 6 scenes like this. It's a solid workspace structure. To work on content like this, you'll need a text prompt for each image. If you're already skilled at art or script writing, you probably have your own prompts ready. If you want to create AI video content, you can use language models to help. For this, I'm using Qwen 3 Max, the Qwen language model I've talked about before in my long video generation workflow. Previously, I generated 30-second videos from a single starting frame. But here, I'm using text prompts to create different scenes within that same 30-second window. So here's how I set it up. I instruct the AI with a clear task. Create video text prompts that include subject, scene, and action for a 30-second video, with each scene lasting 5 seconds. That way, it understands exactly what I need and generates 6 distinct 5-second scenes that add up to 30 seconds total. Earlier, I used a single reference image as the starting frame for long videos. But this time, we won't use any reference image at all for the first frame. We'll rely purely on text prompts to drive the whole sequence. For example, I had I generate 6 image prompts for a story about a female special agent with a Japanese background. Let's take scene 1 and copy that prompt into Flux for text-to-image generation. But before running it, I'll disable all the other samplers, because if I leave them all enabled, they'll all run at once. So it's better to go step by step. I've set up a fast group bypass here so I can toggle each scene sampler on or off individually. We'll start with scene 1, the Flux image. Let's try generating it with the prompt exactly as Qwen 3 wrote it. No human editing involved here. I just want to see what the raw AI output looks like. If I don't like the result, I can always regenerate it with a different seed number. That's the most practical approach. Okay, so this first result doesn't show the character's face, probably because the original prompt described a camera angle from behind. That'll make it harder for Qwen Image Edit to maintain character consistency in future scenes, since it won't know what she actually looks like. So I'll tweak the Qwen 3 prompt a bit. Specifically, I'll adjust the camera direction. Instead of camera falling from behind, I'll ask for a clear close-up shot of the character in the first scene. That way, Qwen Image Edit has a solid reference for her face, outfit, and overall look, which makes the next steps much smoother. Also, notice the environment, a modern commercial building with tall glass windows and sunshine, very high-tech and clean. That sets a consistent visual tone. Now moving to Qwen Image Edit, by the way, there's another Lora for consistent styles called Consistent Edit V2. You can actually stack that with the next scene's Lora, so I'll connect both. Qwen Image Lightning 4 steps plus Consistent Edit Phi 2 and next scene's Lora together. This combo really helps lock in both character and environmental consistency across all scenes. Alright, so now we'll use this first image and this character as the base for the next scene. I'll enable scene 2 and jump into that sampler. One important thing, the next scenes. Lora expects your prompt to start with the keyword next scenes. That's how it knows you're continuing the sequence. You can see this format in the Hugging Face repo, so make sure your prompt begins like that. Also, try different Lora strengths. 0.7 to 0.8 is the recommended range. Sometimes I push it to 1.0, but if you're just starting out, stick with 0.7 to 0.8 for best results. For scene 2, I'll just copy-paste the AI-generated prompt as is, but I'll double-check the camera direction. The Hugging Face docs emphasize describing camera movement clearly, where it's positioned, how it's moving, etc. For example, our first scene shows the agent outside a building. Now, for scene 2, the prompt says something like, next scenes, camera pushes in as the character enters a subway station during rush hour. So she's transitioning from work to commuting. Same character, new environment. Even though the setting changes, her appearance, face, outfit, hairstyle stays consistent. That's the power of combining Qwen Image Edit with these Loras. I'll repeat this process for scenes 3 through 6, building the story step by step. And remember, the input image for each new scene is flexible. You can feed it the previous output, scene 2, scene 3, or jump back to the original, scene 1, scene 4, if you want. I'll keep it sequential by default. Each scene uses the last generated image as its reference. Now, a quick note. This method won't give you smooth, continuous motion within a single 30-second clip, like someone walking endlessly in a loop. That's not what this Lora is for. Instead, it's designed for edited sequences, distinct shots with consistent characters and cohesive environments. You're basically building a cinematic world. You won't suddenly jump from a realistic Tokyo street to outer space or a cartoon universe. Everything stays visually grounded and coherent. To speed things up, I use Qwen 3 to generate all 6 scene prompts up front. Then I enable each sampler one by one, generate the image, and if I don't like it, I just tweak the seed and rerun. That way, I can cherry-pick the best version for each scene. For instance, in scene 5, the prompt says she's at a fish market buying food. If the output feels off, I regenerate until it clicks. In another example, Qwen 3 gave me a prompt where the Japanese lady is sitting and drinking tea at night. Even though the environment shifts, her look stays consistent. Same hairstyle, same vibe. And the setting still feels like Tokyo. That coherence comes from both the base Qwen image edit model and the LoRAs reinforcing it. Now let's try a different story. A female scientist being chased by zombies, with explosions and action. I showed a demo of this earlier in the video. I'll run through all 6 samplers with fresh seed numbers to see how this new batch turns out. Starting with the scientist running, zombies chasing. Then another chase shot. Then she's running along a river, jumps into the water and discovers a safe house. As you can see, her appearance stays consistent, and the environment, muddy riverbank, overcast sky, post-apocalyptic feel, remains cohesive throughout. The color grading and visual tone all match. That's exactly what this workflow is built for, scene-by-scene storytelling with visual unity. Next step, image to video. I've built a workflow that takes each of these 6 images and turns them into individual video clips. It's set up to handle multiple scenes efficiently. Each has its own input image and prompt, but shares common settings like model choice, frame count, width, height, etc. I'll swap in the new images we just generated. Even though the prompts are the same as before, the outputs look different, new character details, lighting, etc. Then I'll load them into the image nodes. For prompts, I'll reuse the same zombie chase descriptions since they still apply. And for the LoRa, I'm using the latest Light X2V LoRa, the one from the official Hugging Face repo. No bias. I'm just showing what's new and working. Under the hood, this uses the MOE distilled Light X2V models, both high noise and low noise versions. Some people have even extracted the diffusion weights from the high noise model to create higher rank LoRAs, but for this video, I'm sticking with the standard Light X2V release. Once all 6 clips are generated, they'll be saved to the output folder. I'll stitch them together into one 30-second final video. I usually rename that file Combine. I also run frame interpolation to double the FPS for smoother playback, but we can go further, like adding sound effects. Instead of just a silent video, I built a small workflow using Hunyuan Video Foley and Mini CPMV for scene description. It generates audio that matches the action, like explosions or footsteps, and layers it onto the video. And I think process sound per clip each 5-second scene rather than on the full 30-second video. That way, you can fine-tune each sound effect and pick the best version for that specific moment. For example, this explosion clip, I'll run it through Hunyuan Video Foley. Setup is easy, just download the model files, FP16 or FP8, put them in a Foley subfolder inside your ComfyUI models directory, then load the model, VAE, and Synchroformer in the workflow. The result? Clean audio sync to your video. Honestly, Hunyuan Video Foley works better than Audio, which I tried recently. So there you have it, from text prompt to consistent image scenes to image to video to sound design, all stitched together into a complete AI storytelling pipeline. And that's way more powerful than just running a single JSON workflow that spits out a bland 5-second clip. By combining multiple AI models into one pipeline, you get richer, more dynamic results. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. See ya.